Hello, everybody, and welcome to another figure study where we appreciate the form in Transformers. And today I'm taking a look at something from Transformers Prime. In this case, it is Transformers Prime Soundwave. Now, I should probably deal with this nonsense first. So, again, this is one of those figures where the accessory is actually kind of important. He comes with Laserbeak. Well, a facsimile of Laserbeak. And Laserbeak normally sits on the top there, but for now we're going to put him off to the side. But he's actually important in robot mode, so off to the side with the Laserbeak. So now, Transformers Prime Soundwave is a spy drone. And, you know, not a tape deck, but I gotta say, a spy drone actually fits Soundwave really well, I think. It makes a lot of sense for him, just as a character. And it's a pretty decent looking spy drone. It's kind of, it looks like a bad guy. It's got the dark, almost bluish gray or silvery, well, it's blue, like cobalt maybe? I don't know. But like this blue grayish color, the slightly lighter than Decepticon purple on the sides and the tops of the wings there. And of course, these pointy bits at the back, which really kind of sell the whole this is an evil thing. The underside is a little bit kind of. There's a robot folded up in there looking, but from the top and the various angles, it looks pretty good. The gaps going on in there, which is unfortunate, but yeah, when viewed from like maybe this kind of angle, he's a pretty nice looking drone, honestly. Like, he looks cool. Looks very cool. Very angular in the appropriate places to make him look bad. And yeah, not a whole lot to say. I mean, the overall drone look, it's got some very smooth surfaces. There's like a little bit of detail here and there, mostly in the head, like a little bit in the wings here. But for the most part, most of the surfaces are pretty smooth. Then the back part here has some little angled bits, but yeah, looks all right. I dig the almost like flaps that they have molded in here. It's, this whole armature is going to end up not being seen in robot mode, but it's cool that it's a little bit more detail there. So yeah, he's pretty cool looking. It works for Soundwave. It really does. The underside kind of still all over the place, but yeah, this particular shape, this alt mode works very well for Soundwave. Now, robot mode is where it's at, though. That's that's what I'm anxious to talk about. So let's just jump right into that. Now, I don't know if I'm only a handful of people, like one of a handful of people who's into this, if I'm the only one, or if there's actually more fans of this version of Soundwave than I realize. But yeah, Transformers Prime Soundwave he is something. I really like this robot mode. He is so lanky and weird and kind of incredibly intimidating. Now, he's a little incomplete. So I'm going to bring in Laserbeak here. And Laserbeak will just go right into his chest there. And then these wings will fold up. There we go. And that fills in his chest nicely. Maybe bring his head up a little bit. So yeah. I absolutely adore this design for Soundwave. I do need to adjust his legs a little bit, though. Angle him back a bit. Yeah, I super dig this look for him. He's just like creepy looking. And granted, this is one of those rare instances where I've actually seen the show. And I really like the way they do Soundwave in the show. He's just this super quiet, super creepy bot who just kind of watches and reports to Megatron, and that's it. Like, he doesn't really, he doesn't have anything to say. He's silent for almost the entire show. And it's so creepy. Now, looking at his face, you can see he's got this like blank, expressionless screen, which again, it's a very nice head sculpt, and I love that his face is so featureless. It kind of plays into the fact that he is so just quiet and creepy. It looks really good. It looks really good. And of course, there's a little bit more color here. You get the purple coming in the shins there, in the pelvis area. There's a little bit of dark purple on the inside of what used to be the wings and the inside of the shoulders there, and then you get some of the lighting looking decorations on the sides of the shoulders. And there's some purple underneath the neck, like collar. So there's not a whole lot of color on this figure, but what's there works. He's mostly just this bluish gray color, and it works for him. It works for him quite a bit, I think. And again, he is just so creepy. I love the spindly arms and the spindly chicken legs, and he looks so intimidating. He's actually got decent posability too, which not really the point, but it's cool. You can actually get him so that he's got Laserbeak on his arm, and Laserbeak will peg right in there. It's cool, but honestly, just having him just having him standing there is intimidating. He is a Decepticon that I would definitely not want to mess with. And looking from the back, it looks all right from the back. What was the back section of the drone makes for some nice wing details there. This is kind of annoying how the drone back just kind of folds up against the legs and gets in the way. But, what are you going to do? One thing that I do like to do, actually, is I prefer to intentionally mistransform him a bit, and instead of folding the drone front all the way up, I like to keep it folded down a little bit, because that gives him much bigger heels that are much, much more stable. It allows him to stand much better. But yeah, he is just... My bad. He is great. And I am just super into this design for him. Like, yeah, it's not classic Soundwave, but it doesn't need to be. And I think it really, really works for what his character is supposed to be. It's just so... He's got these little details on him, but he's like ultimately kind of featureless, but he's supposed to be featureless. He's the spy. He's the one who's sneaking behind enemy lines and all that. And he pulls it off so incredibly well. I love just having him stand there. Just the way his proportions are, the way he looks when he just stands. Like, he doesn't need to be posed in anything fancy to look intimidating. And it's so great for him. And it's great. I love this figure. I, I really dig his look. I dig all of it. Maybe could use a little bit more paint here and there, but overall, he is very solid. And I love the silhouette. I love the shape. Great stuff. And I love the way that Laserbeak gets incorporated into his chest too. Just it's similar to the show, and also it looks nice with his chest being all fleshed out like it is. So yeah, Transformers Prime Soundwave. He is pretty darn cool. Anyway, that has been my look at, as I said, Transformers Prime Soundwave. Thank you everybody for watching. As per usual, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Any combination of those three would be awesome. And remember, art is more than meets the eye.